What is going on, people? CODE.SPECTER back again for the first time in actually, I don't even know how long it's been. It has been an insane past couple of months. It's been, I think, at least 6 months since I've actually made a video of any kind, any what ifs, top 10s, anything like that. So it's actually kind of crazy. The reason why I've been going for so long is, number one, obviously, is school. It's a bit difficult, I guess I could say, and it's just really annoying with all that stupid ass work and just all of that. And of course, my mom's always on my ass about it. So that's one reason why I haven't been really recording and just posting anything. The next reason is because I actually got a job, so clap 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 for that. I got a job and I've just been working every weekend, so we're doing school during the weekdays and working in the weekends. It's kind of hard for me to really find time to record. Also, the third reason why I really haven't been recording is, honestly, I really did kind of just lose interest in having a YouTube channel. Like, it was just like, I'm not sure I really want to do this anymore. So it's just, but yeah, and I was thinking about it. It's like, you know what? Let me record a video. Let me post something and see how I feel about it. You know, I was watching What If, so it's just like I was kind of getting motivated to, make my own. So yeah, so by the title, you can already tell this is actually gonna be what if Asta had lava magic. And now this is actually an idea I've been thinking about for a very long time, and I looked it up, and not too many people have really done it. Actually, I've only seen one person actually do it, so it was kind of weird. I was like, geez, usually any idea I have, everybody's already done it already. So it was really surprising. Yeah, this intro has already been like 2 minutes, so let's get into this lit what if. Man, that takes me back. So basically, we're going to start off, how we normally start off our Black Clover what ifs. Basically, Asta, he's gonna be on the doorstep to the church alongside a baby Now, they're both gonna be crying. It's cold outside, it's snowing, it's dark, they're babies, so they're scared, So the priest, the father of the church, I really don't know his name. I should probably try and figure that out. But the priest of the church hears the crying outside, and he comes out and he sees that, there are 2 babies that have been left on the doorstep. So of course he brings them in and whatnot. And he starts to, check and make sure they're okay and they don't have like any type of frostbite or any cuts or anything. And he sees on one of the baby's clothing that they have the name stitched into it. So he's like, oh, okay, so your name's And he also sees in the same basket is actually a pendant. And he's like, huh, this looks pretty interesting, like this looks like this belongs to like some type of royal. Now, obviously, little did he know that's exactly what was. But the next baby, he goes to check and he sees that the baby has a name stitched on his clothing, and his name is Asta. Now, Asta actually doesn't have any type of pendant or anything, so he's like, okay, I see. So he's like, Asta and welcome to the family. And that's basically how that night goes. Now, while he is checking Asta's clothing and whatnot, trying to see if he has a name or something, he actually gets kicked by Asta. And Asta, of course, still possessing that incredible physical strength at such a young age as he did in canon, he's able to kick Ozai's nose and just breaks it instantly. And Ozai is just like, oh wait, hold on, did I just say, I think that is his name, Ozai. I don't know. I don't even know where that came from. We'll just say Ozai for now. I don't know if that's right or not. But anyway, Ozai, he steps back, he staggers a little bit and clutches his nose because it starts to bleed, and he's just like, what the hell? Since when did babies get so freaking strong. He's just surprised. So that's how that night goes. Now, we're actually going to time skip to when Yuno and Asta are about somewhere around the age, maybe 4 or 5. So, obviously, of course, this is when Ozai actually sends Yuno out to go to the next village, because he has a bit of a message to send to them, I guess. So, Yuno goes out, and Asta's a little bit disappointed because he wanted it to be him, but he's like, you know what, whatever, it's fine, I don't really care. So Asta, he goes out, and he starts to train a little bit. Now, everybody can tell that Asta does, have magic in this, obviously. He just doesn't have as much mana as Yuno does, at least for now. Now, obviously, the reason why he doesn't have as much mana as Yuno does is because the only thing that's really changing in this what if is that he has magic. Now, I mean, I'm just gonna assume, that his mom's a peasant. I don't really think that Lichita belongs to any sort of like royal family or that she's a noble. I don't really think that, and we don't exactly know who Asta's father is, so I really can't go off of that either. So for now, we're just going to say that Asta's just gonna have, the regular amount of mana as, a peasant would, and the royals and nobles will have more. At least that's how he is right now. So yeah, everybody knows that Asta has, magic. And they can also sense that his magic, his mana, I guess I should say, is very sort of warm in a way, and like hot and kind of like humid. So they're thinking maybe he has like some type of like fire magic or something along those lines. So he goes out training for a couple of hours, and then he thinks to himself, Yuno's been gone for a very long time, and he's just confused by that. So he actually decides to go out without even telling Ozai or Sister Lily or anybody else. So he goes out, and he actually finds that Yuno is just lying face down in the snow, and he's nearly unconscious. Asta sees a grown man who happens to be drunk is just standing over top of Yuno holding his pendant. Now, obviously, this pisses Asta off to an extreme degree because Asta, just like in canon, obviously cares for Yuno and everybody at the church. So he runs straight toward the man, yelling and screaming, "Give back Yuno's pendant! Give back Yuno's pendant!" And, of course, as you would expect, 4 or 5-year-old Asta really isn't going to be able to do much to a grown man, so he's just getting absolutely annihilated. The man just keeps punching him over and over and over again, and Asta just refuses to give up. He keeps getting up over and over and over again. And then the man, he sort of decided that he just had enough. Had an absolute enough of this kid just keep getting up no matter what. So he decided to take out his grimoire and actually use some magic on this kid. So we'll say that the man had like fire magic, or not fire magic, we'll say that he had like water magic or something like that. And he's about to send like a magic water ball at Yuno, or not Yuno, at Asta or whatever. Now he sends it at Asta, and it hits Asta dead in the chest, and this almost makes Asta go unconscious. He's lying face down on the ground. He sees the man is starting to walk away and everything, and he sees that the penny is just in his pocket, and he's mad. And then this sort of awakens something in Asta, I guess you could say, and his mana starts to flare. Now, mind you, it's actually not that much, so it is enough to get the man's attention, but not enough to sort of intimidate him or anything like that. So he turns around and he's like, "Ah, I see, you still have some fight in you, kid. Huh. Listen, I don't know why you're trying so hard to get this pendant. I'm just gonna sell it to get some more booze. Come on." So he starts to walk away, and then Asta, wills himself to get back up and starts to walk very slowly towards the man, because at this point he really can't run. He's tired as hell, and he's just been getting beaten up for like 15 minutes straight. So after that, the man, hears that Asta is walking towards him, and he's like, "Ah, God damn it, this kid. Like, what is it gonna take to put this kid down? Like, why won't he just give up? Like, it's just a pendant. It's not that serious." And then Asta raises his hand, and more mana starts to gather at the palm of his hand, and a small orb of lava starts to appear there. And the man's just like, what the hell? Kids his age should not really be able to do something like that. I feel like that would take a lot of mana and not a lot of mana, but like a lot of control. And a kid his age shouldn't have that much control over their mana already. Like, they don't even have the grimoires. So he's confused as hell. And then eventually, when the sphere of lava stops forming and stops getting bigger, it immediately rushes towards the man. Now, the aim was not too off, but it was off enough to the point where it didn't like hit him completely, but it did graze his arm, and it burned him pretty badly. Now, with this, he was pissed, but also he was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. This kid has freaking weird magic, and I'm not trying to fight him anymore. He just burned the hell out of me. So he starts to run away from Asta, and as he's running away, the pendant ends up falling out of his pocket. Asta goes over to pick it up, and he takes it back to Yuno. Now, Yuno, seeing how beat up Asta is, he is crying. He's a complete mess. Like, Asta is more beat up than he is. So he's really upset. He's apologizing profusely to Asta, saying, "I'm sorry, Asta. I didn't mean for you to get involved, this, that, and the third." And Asta, he's just standing there smiling. He's just like, "Hey, it's okay. You're my brother. I do what I gotta do." And then he ends up giving the pendant back to Yuno. So that very same night, obviously, they end up getting back to the church, and Ozai, Sister Lily were extremely worried about, Asta and Yuno, because Yuno disappeared. He had been gone for a really long time. Ozai was, starting to feel a little guilty because he sent on that trip, and he was just thinking, man, I should have gone myself. I shouldn't have let, such a small kid, do that type of job. Something really bad could have happened to him. And then, obviously, when Asta disappeared, they started to think that maybe Asta had, gone off after because of how much, Asta really cares for and whatnot. So, they are obviously basically having heart attacks. Now, after that, Asta and actually end up coming home, and Ozai and Sister Lily obviously are extremely happy by this. And Sister Lily was about to come up and, or not Sister Lily, but Ozai was about to really come up and give both Asta and them hands. He was about to spank their asses, for real, for real. Pause, first of all. But, he was about to do that. And then he saw that they were beat up, and he was like, oh shit, never mind. So then he brings it back in, and then, he's doing, performing, some first aid on Asta and while Sister Lily's, helping out and, roaming around the church, getting supplies and whatnot, and helping with that. So he does that, and, yeah, they start to feel better, and then, boom, they go to sleep, and that's the end of that day. So, we're actually gonna time skip again, 10 years. And at this point, Asta and are both 15 years old. Now, I do have to pause real quick. If you do hear a jingle, I'm sorry, that's my dog's collar. She's moving around a lot, so yeah, my bad. But, yeah, we're time skip 10 years, and Asta and are both 15 years old, and it's actually the day of the Grimoire ceremony. So, I think I kind of want to just go over Asta's training real fast. So, he still does that, physical training that he was doing in, the original continuity and whatnot. Just to an even more, greater extent, I guess you could say, because he had I'll say that, you know, he had mana, so he got like less tired and whatnot, or he got like tired. He did get tired, but it took longer for him to get tired, so he was able to train his body, you know, a lot longer than he was in the original story. Also, he did, you know, try and do like a little bit of mana control and whatnot, things like that, you know, and you know, he's actually pretty good at it. And his mana pool has, you know, obviously increased, not just because he's, you know, gotten older, but also because he's been training, you know, that up as well. Now, I'm just gonna assume that you can do that in Black Clover. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can, but, you know, I don't know for sure, but I think you can. Like, if you can train to increase your mana pool in Naruto, then I think you can train to increase your mana pool in Black Clover. So yeah, that's basically, wait, did I say mana pool for Naruto? I don't even know what I said, but you know what, it is what it is. I should probably edit this out, but I'm not going to. I'm too lazy to. So basically his mana pool has increased, and yeah, so that's pretty much what his training has been. And I'm not really going to go over Yuno's training, because Yuno's training is just going to be the exact same as it was in the original continuity, plus Yuno's not the main character. So, yeah. So, Yuno and Asta head over to the Grimoire Tower, and once they get there, conveniently, the Tower Mage starts to give his like little speech that he did in the original story. And he says something like, I don't know, the time for, you know, getting your grimoire has come, and I have high hopes for everybody who's here. You guys can become Magic Knights, and maybe some of you will even become the Wizard King. And people are just like, yeah, that's not really a funny joke. So that happens, and then after he does his little speech, he says, let the grimoire ceremony commence, and then boom, all of the grimoires and stuff start flying all over the place, going to different people. And then after, I'll say like 20 seconds or so, a bright golden light starts to appear. And it's obviously coming from a grimoire, and it heads straight towards Yuno. And once the light fades, it is revealed to be a 4-leaf grimoire. Now, the peasants that are there, they are cheering, and they're saying, yeah, let's go, Yuno, you just got a 4-leaf grimoire, that's insane. And then the nobles that are there are pissed. They're like, what the hell? He's a peasant, he shouldn't be getting a 4-leaf grimoire. The last person that held that was the very first Wizard King. So, you know, why does he have it? We should be the ones who have that. So, yeah, they're pissed about that. And then after a couple of seconds, I'll say maybe like 5 seconds, another light starts to appear. This time it's not golden light, it's actually a red light. And not only does the red light appear, but the temperature goes up dramatically. People start to sweat and everything, and the only one who seems to not be affected by the temperature change is Asta. Now, Asta immediately recognizes that this is definitely his grimoire. Like, that incredible, just bright red light with the temperature change, like, he's like, yeah, this is my grimoire. So his grimoire comes to him, and his grimoire is actually a 4-leaf grimoire. So yeah, I was thinking about giving him a 3-leaf, because, you know, I guess why not, you know, but I don't want to make him too normal, so I'm gonna give him a 4-leaf, you know, just because. So yeah, he actually ends up getting, actually, you know what, no, he's not a 4-leaf, no, he's getting a 5-leaf. Yeah, we'll say he gets a 5-leaf grimoire. Sorry about that, but yeah, let me just change that real quick. He gets a 5-leaf grimoire. Now, once the light starts to die down and people see that, they're like, okay, what the hell is going on? First of all, this peasant got a 4-leaf grimoire, right? And then another peasant gets a 5-leaf grimoire. which they didn't even know existed. Like, what the hell? So they're shocked beyond belief. They really can't believe it. They're just like, what is going on today? Like, what is up? So yeah, that's what happens. And then and Asta, they kind of just stare at each other's grimoires and whatnot. They're like, okay, so you got a 4-leaf, I got a 5-leaf. All right, I see you. So Asta ends up leaving early or whatever, because he kind of is just tired of people giving him weird looks or whatever. And then leaves like right after him. Now, Asta's gone kind of, sort of, not really far, but just a little bit far. He's put a little bit of distance between him and And as is walking out, he's actually interrupted by 2 nobles. Now, these 2 nobles, they come up to and they're like, you're a peasant. You don't deserve that 4-leaf grimoire. You're gonna give it to us, and we're gonna burn it. Make sure you never even get the chance to use it. Looks at them with just the blankest look you've ever seen in your life, and he's like, yeah, okay. And what are you gonna do if I don't give you my grimoire? And then the mages, they get mad, and then they bring out their grimoires, and they send out, we'll say, a fire spell. We'll just say both of them had fire magic. They send out 2 their strongest fire spells, respectively, and they sort of merge while they're on their way to Now, starts to sort of twist his wrist a little bit, and wind starts to pick up around him, and it completely blocks the spell that, those 2 nobles sent at him. Now, the nobles seeing this are just like, oh shit, we have no chance against this guy. He just blocked our strongest spells without even opening his grimoire. We're fucked. So, as they try and run away, chains actually come out of nowhere and knock both of them out. And chains go and wrap around to constrict him and stop him from using his magic. He looks around to try and find who did this, and he sees a man in a robe with a really crazed look. He has long black hair as well. The man comes out and he's like, hello, my name is Revchi. Nice to meet you. You're the kid that got the 4-leaf grimoire, are you not? I think I'll be taking that. Looks at him, and he's like, why would you want to take my 4-leaf grimoire? You won't even be able to use it. Only owners of a grimoire can read it. And then Revchi says, huh, you act as if I don't know that. Come on. I used to be in a Magic Knight squad. Of course I would know that. But I think I'll still take it anyway. I mean, I could sell it for a pretty high price on the black market. So, he's, pretty pissed. He just got his grimoire taken away from him, and he pretty much just got one-shotted by Revchi, more or less. I wouldn't say one-shotted, but he basically got taken out by Revchi that quickly. So, yeah, that's what happens. Now, Asta, he senses that there's something wrong with Yuno's mana, so he goes to check on him and see if everything's okay. Now, he sees that Revchi is walking away with Yuno's grimoire, and that Yuno is, trapped in these, chain links or whatever. So, obviously, Asta, this gets, him mad, so he jumps down from the platform he was on, and then he says, hey, give Yuno's grimoire back. And then Revchi starts to turn around, and he's like, oh, isn't it my lucky day? You're the kid with the 5-leaf grimoire. This is perfect. I'll be able to sell that for a high price, too. So he starts to send chains at Asta. And then Asta just dodges every single one of them easily. And then Revchi's like, oh, so you got some moves. Well, you still won't be able to beat me. I used to be on a Magic Knight squad. You don't stand a damn chance. He takes out his grimoire and he starts to use some chain spells and whatnot. So then Asta's like, you know what? Now's a good time to use my grimoire. So he takes out his grimoire and he sees a spell, and it's called Lava Blitz Orb. It's basically, if you watch Fairy Tail, it's basically like Laxus's Blitz Orbs, like his lightning or whatever. So it's basically like that. So he takes out his grimoire and says, okay, let me use this spell then. And he says, lava magic, lava blitz orbs. And then orbs of lava start to appear, and they, start to head towards Revchi. Now, Revchi, he tries to use his chains to block it, but, it's lava, so it just burns right through his chains. And as soon as the blitz orbs hit him, instead of burning, through him and whatnot, Asta just makes it so that they explode, because he doesn't want to kill Revchi or anything like that. He just wants to, get Yuno's grimoire back. So that's what he actually ends up doing. They explode, they knock out Revchi, and, that's pretty much the end of him. So the Tower Mage actually ends up coming out and seeing what, seeing that, everything that had happened. So he ends up calling the Magic Knights, and they pick up Revchi, take him to jail, and, all of that goes the same. Now, the thing that also goes the same is Asta and Yuno's little fist bump that they have, at, the end of that episode. And they're just like, okay, you're strong, I'm strong, we'll see who becomes the Wizard King first. And yeah, that's where, that really starts, but let's be honest here, Asta's the main character, so we already know who's actually going to become the Wizard King, but, it is what it is, especially in this What If. Like, that would be an interesting plot twist if Yuno actually became the Wizard King in Black Clover. Like, that'd be interesting, but in this What If, it's not going to happen, and in Black Clover, it's probably not going to happen either. So, yeah. But anyway, that's actually going to be where I end off part 1 to What If Asta had lava magic. Wait, don't even think about it. I already knew that you were thinking about clicking off of this video, but I'm not done. I already know that you were thinking about that, and it's okay because I do that too. But I did just want to say before you click off this video, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I do plan on posting, recording videos and whatnot on more of a regular schedule. I really don't know what that entails. It might be every day, every other day. I don't know, something like that. I'm thinking I might actually do a double post later today. So, we'll see. But, yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you're new and you haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button. And that's really all I have to say. So, thank you. CODE.SPECTER, signing off. Peace.